What's going on, everybody? My name is J-Statik and this is the Static Sessions. Today we're going to be going through one of mine and Pav's songs called Confidence. Came out a few weeks ago on Freak Records. We're going to do a whole breakdown on all the instruments that I used, the vocal chain, all that kind of stuff. So let's jump right into it. So jumping straight into it, you can see there's not many layers. I'm not a guy who uses too many layers. I like to keep my stuff as simple as possible. I'm saying that, and then as I go down, I'm seeing more and more layers. I got about 30 layers, but there are two different pretty much beats in this entire song. Like it starts off really pop, then it goes like dark pop, electro type, weekend type of stuff. And only guy I know who can pull that off real well is Pav. So let's go through this. Start off, got a guitar loop, which was simple enough, found on Splice. Now I got this replayed, but I didn't like the replaying. Not that I didn't like it. This sound just sounded better, so I ended up keeping this. After that, went into a bass line. So we got this. Now, I mean, it's a little while ago, so I'm not going to act like I know exactly what I had in here, but I know the original sounded like this. And that doesn't go with what I was trying to do. So what I did instead, pitched whatever bass lines I could. So I know I got here, -2, -3, -5, and ended up working. Gives it a nice little groove, chopped it up, made it sound how I wanted to. I love chopping up samples manually. I don't know why I like doing that, but with these two, it sounds really good together now. That's it for that. We got some, oh yeah, on top of that, I did add a Voice of God because I thought it sounded really good. So without it, with it, you just hear the sub kick in right away. It sounds dope. A lot of loops being used in this one. That's a little tambourine hit loop. I love this little triangle loop. I think it sounds bomb. On top of that, the same guy who replayed the guitar, he did do a solo, which I thought sounded dope. So on top of the guitar, you can hear the solo. With the main guitar. Bomb. On top of this, didn't do much because I like that little rawness of it. So boosted some of the top end, called it a day. Now jumping into the drums section. So I do got some drum stuff happening later on, which I'll go into. But at the beginning, we got some real cheese live sounding drums. Then we got some snares. Nice little loop. Sounded good. So with these three together, it sounds like this. Got another snare. Sounds cool. I like that, actually. I forgot that that was in there. So now it sounds like this. Definitely going for more of a Billie Jean type of style. We've got more drums again over there, but just wanted to show you guys that drum section. Then I'll show you some of the other stuff that we got, which were hi-hats, 2 different gains so that it sounded like it was being played kind of live, even though it isn't. That was cool. And then we got another one. kind of got that driving type of feel, like that just keeps moving like momentum. So that sounded good. Had some of these. I want to play all the drums together for you guys. So here's all the drums and the bass line together. Now that's that. We got also guitar section, which I've showed you. And now let's go into some of the effects, which were pretty simple. So we got some chimes. Easy enough. Got a little crash. Got some risers. Small, short white noise. And long, just wide sounding white noise. Also got a nice little fill. Sounds super cool to me. I love that. On top of that, I put some crashes. That sounded really cool to me. Then I also got this little, I don't think I used this one actually. Or did I? So another little fill. Sounded really cool too. That's that for the first part. Then we get into the next part, and that's where we have this fill again. And then we got a nice, this was like a, again, it was a sample I heard, and then I took it in and I messed with it quite a bit, and that I had to resample it and play it again in order for it to come out properly, because there was too many like little variants that kept changing. But it sounded cool once I did get it. Rendered it, and I can never change it again. Actually, Pav asked me to change the middle section because it was a loop at the beginning, and then he wanted some more melody going on in it. So I had to replay it again, fix it again, render it again, and put it back in. So I don't have the raw file, but I got this and what I did to it. So let's show you what it sounds like when I did render it. After that, added some R bass, not Vox, which I think sounds sick. Got some Renaissance axe. Kill anything, 23 hertz and below. Automated filter, which I eventually got rid of, did not end up using in this. And instead of like a regular, crash, even though I have crashes at the bottom like this, I wanted something a little bit different, so I added this. So this happens every, 4 bars, and it sounds really cool. So with it together, it goes. One little hit makes a big impact. And then show you these drum loops. So we got the main loop. Nice little groove. Same drums from before. Same hi-hats. Now this is where it gets fun. Now I tried some really cool things on this. I tried the R bass, I tried the decapitator, but I went back to the voice of God and a Renaissance axe just to slam it right in, and it sounded really good. Got a clap. And the same snares from, same snares from before. Also had this little vocal, which is my favorite part of the song. I don't know why, but I love that part of the song. Then we got some chord loops that I found. Sounds really cool. And then we got this over here. So normally it sounds like this. That's too easy, so I wanted something a little bit different, so I did some bit reduction and downsampling. Yeah, it just just sounds really cool like that. Personally, I was a fan of that, so I liked it. So again, you got all the drums together, which sound like this. You got the melodies, which let's play all the nice melodies together. Sounds cool. And then jump in straight into the vocal section, which is honestly not too hard. So we recorded this vocal ages ago. I would say almost probably 2019 or something like that. We recorded the vocal, then we changed some parts as we move forward. When I did record the vocal, I already had auto-tune on it. Called it a day. Was pretty easy. Now when it came to actually mixing the vocal down, I'll show you guys what I did. It wasn't anything too crazy because the energy is already there in the vocal, so we just, you know, messed with it as best as we could. So I'll show you guys what it sounds like raw, and then we'll go in and see what I did. Easy vocals, sounds dry. Added some compression at the beginning just to control any transients. Yeah, and then EQ8 controlled some of that bottom end and increased some of that top end. Now it sounds a little bit more even. JJP, because why not? Sounds kind of cool. Some LA2A. Let's forward into the next part of the song. And we got some RVox. Sounds pretty bomb. Some L1. Sounds pretty cool. I automated some Valhalla room in there because of later on, and then got some gain too. So that's it for that main part, and I did that to the overall whole entire vocal. So even over here, this is all grouped together. ਨੀ ਤੂੰ ਕਿੱਥੋਂ ਆਈ ਏ ਇਨਾ ਕੌਨਫੀਡੈਂਸ ਦੱਸ ਦੇ ਕਿੱਥੋਂ ਲਿਆਈ ਏ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਚੱਲੀ ਏ ਨੀ ਤੂੰ ਕਿੱਥੋਂ ਆਈ ਏ ਇਨਾ ਕੌਨਫੀਡੈਂਸ ਬਟੂਏ ਤੇ ਬਟੂਏ ਤੇ ਬਟੂਏ ਤੇ ਬਟੂਆ ਭਰਿਆ ਮੈਂ ਮਰ ਮਰ ਕੇ ਕੱਢ ਕੱਢ ਮੈਂ ਨੋਟ ਕਸਾ ਦੂੰ ਕਰ. So these parts were recorded in Australia, so I had to make that. Well, I think he has a Rode NT1 and some other stuff. So his whatever room he's got, had to make his sound like this. So I did the best I could. What I noticed was in the vocals he recorded, they were super low end heavy. So I brought those down, raised some of the highs, tried to make them sound as similar as possible. Plus had to add tuning and see where it goes. Now on top of that, we got some of the vocals for later on when this part changes over here. Now over here, this is where you can see that the Valhalla room turns on right about here. So once it turns on, I got this nice little, the reason why I left it on here on the actual channel is because it sounded better on the channel than it did as a send for whatever reason. It just sounded nicer. So you guys will hear what it sounds like now. So I'll play it. Without it. Just sounds, you know, more reverby, more weekendy, whatever you want to call it. Then we got this part over here. That was cool. Now the part that was really fun to do because it sounded really different was this. He had two different types of vocals. So we got this. And confidence. And we got this. I was like, all right, let's, you know, try to make something happen on this. So on this, we got automation. So the full vocal comes in full volume near the end. So it doesn't start with the main vocal, it ends with the main vocal. And for the highs, it starts with the high vocal and then the high vocal disappears and you see them merge like this. So it's kind of cool. I haven't done that in a song before, so I liked it. Again, recorded in Australia, this new part, so had to EQ it a little bit. And for the confidence high vox, what I did was throw on some thermal and control the wet and dry a little bit just to make it sound better as it keeps going. Sounded really cool. So you'll see the wet increase as I keep going. So I'll show you what that sounds like.
And the confidence, doing the confidence, doing the confidence, get only I, and the confidence, doing the confidence, doing the confidence, get only I,
You even had this other harmony.
doing the confidence, get doing the confidence.
I'd say this guy's like the king of friggin' harmonies, man. He just figures it out and just does it, which I love. And then over here, simple enough. You got your Brainworks XLV2, got some Q2, roll off some lows and highs, control the lower end, raised about 12K, high shelf, and then raised about 4K, pretty big notch. Raise that a little bit. We got some T-Rex clipper and some L2, so you'll hear without that. And that is it. And that's the entire song broken down bit by bit. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. That was the full breakdown of Confidence by me and Pav. Simple enough, all the layers, all the drum kits, all that kind of stuff. So if you guys did like that, please comment, share, subscribe, hit that bell for future notifications. And until next time, speak to you guys soon. Peace.